Just like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small.
He's my favorite
to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam?
A tale that does seem.
And it's worth fighting.
Let the great experiment begin!
What the fuck?
Do it.
Adele Dazeem. It's worth fighting for. We're back! It's a new day. You know, I just realized I don't even know how to upload this to Discord. I don't know how to load this on Discord. The Clonecast is in disarray. But we must push on. We cannot falter. Corporations will suck my dick in time. Fuck you, corporations. I will win this great battle. You will not take my life's work. Over 300 episodes. Got copyright tag, but the Clonecast lives on today. It's a Clonecast reborn. We are reborn. We're back and you can't stop us. We came up with a new plan. Yes, we found our way. We'll have a new RSS feed, yeah. It's a Clonecast. The Clonecast reborn. I took the most copyrighted song possible. Because this song is only going on Discord. It's a great song.
Broadway and Disney. Yeah, you're screwed.
I freestyled that. What'd you think?
That was great.
Yeah, it was great. I got a real skill for that freestyle, don't I?
We should take an improv class.
I don't need you need an improv class. I don't need an improv class.
Well, no, the point is not to like find it, it's to hone it and improve it.
I'm a god.
Yeah, let's go.
You can put me on Saturday Night Live right now.
It's gonna be great.
Matter. It's a Clonecast reborn. We'll have a new RSS feed, yeah. Brand new episodes. episode. We'll re-release the old ones till we find our place. I won't give up copyrighted material, yeah. I don't make a fucking dime.
Not yet.
It's a Clone Cast. The Clone Cast Reborn. Bop, 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 bop. The Clone Cast. The title. Rafiki.
And it's a big. You're holding up.
I'm holding up
Babu
Babu Frick. Yeah. Welcome to the exclusive
Welcome
Clonecast.
to the Clone Cast.
Hope you're in the Discord. It's the only way you're going to hear this.
It's going to
one.
be great.
Maybe we'll upload this one on the feed once we get the new feed started.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We're working on stuff.
You know what the great thing is about this being a Clonecast exclusive Discord? We don't got to intro it.
No.
I
Everybody
mean-
knows what's up.
I'm Tom.
I'm Adam.
You guys already knew that. And what
What
we
if
do
there's
here
one
is-
person in the Discord that's like, oh.
What the fuck? Where am I? I thought this was the Clonecast. Remember that other shitty show, the
Yeah,
Clonecast?
yep.
They were like, God, can we really name it that? Because they got this shitty show that hasn't been released
That they
in like
gave
6
up
years.
on, and yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he
what
thought
we-
it was this Discord, that Discord.
What we do here is
We're reviewing. I don't know what the fuck we're doing tonight. I guess we could do Rebuild the Galaxy, but both Adam and
talk
I
a
are
little
like,
bit about it.
I kind of remember watching it. I watched it like 2 days ago, and I don't really fucking remember anything about it. The only thing I remember is Palpatine's a Jedi now.
Yeah. He looks kind of cool.
He does look cool, and also Vader still Palpatine's bitch.
Yep. Cad
Yeah.
Bane also Jedi.
Yeah, a lot of weird Jedi.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, what we do here is we used to review the Clone Wars. Those are all gone. I think you can still get them on Apple Music.
For now.
Don't worry. We have a plan that we are going to, I don't know if we'll discuss it on the episode, but we're going to post it in the Discord tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm going to post something in the Discord. And I want Clonecast to know his opinions on it.
We have what we believe to be a formulation that will satisfy all possibilities.
Yes.
And
Old and new.
my wants and needs are being satisfied. Adam's wants and needs are being satisfied. And your wants and needs will
Hopefully.
be satisfied.
Will be
Hopefully.
satisfied.
We'll see. We'll see what you think of it. But anyways, you know the fucking drill. We ain't reviewing any.
You're insiders. You
Yeah.
know what's up.
God damn, we ain't reviewing shit. All right? Anyways, how's it going, Adam?
What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm older now.
Happy birthday. I'm a shitty friend. I forgot it was your birthday the other day.
The only one that remembered? Conspiracy guy.
I look forward to his birthday text
Oh,
message
you know,
every
Ithorian
year.
Man remembered too.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he's a stand-up
It was his
fella.
birthday recently too. Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday, Ithorian Man.
But yeah, so a little bit of a snag recently. Spotify nuked us without much warning.
So
all
there's-
I did, okay, so when they tagged all those episodes, I was like, okay, do I got to edit them all? What do I do? And we were just like, fuck it, just challenge it. And so I challenged it. I was like, hey, these are parody.
Yeah.
Like, and
And they all were. Like, we talked over most of them, and they were edited into, like, intros and stuff.
Also, like, when we did Clonecast Recommends, like, we are critiquing those songs.
Yes.
We're basically promoting the songs. We're not making a dime off this.
No.
We're saying, hey, this is a good song. You should listen to it.
So typically, like, nothing can stop us from fucking talking. Like, we yammer for 3 fucking hours an episode. But those are the only time that they could ever have a case is during Clonecast Recommends, when either of us are, like, so into a song that we're like, shut up, just listen to this song.
Yeah.
But
But
even
in
then,
of itself.
even then, that only happened once in a while because we're talking over it most
And
of
also,
the time.
in of itself, we're basically saying this is a great fucking song.
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
Really, there's no grounds for it. There isn't. I mean, honestly, like, if you go on YouTube and you post a video, like if you did a video podcast and you used a bunch of copyright music, you know what they do? They don't take it down. They demonetize it. So
Yeah,
you can't
well-
make money off of it.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
fucking newsflash, Spotify for creators. I'm like $1,000 in the hole on this fucking show. So we bought the mics. fuck that.
If you count the Legos as an expense.
If you count the Legos, I'm a goddamn Prius in the hole here, all right? We don't make shit off of fuck. So.
Yeah, I can't believe they nuked us. Like, that's fucking crazy.
And also, if you're going to nuke us, if you're going to deny these claims, then just delete the episodes and let us have our feed still that we have built 50 reviews on. And look, at Small Potatoes, they don't give a fuck about us. But, by the way, they also nuked my personal account because my personal account was when Anchor transferred, when Spotify bought Anchor, which was our original hosting service, then they turned it into Spotify for creators. They said you have to have a Spotify account. So link a Spotify account to this Spotify for creators account. And so I was like, okay. I mean, I'll link it to my personal account.
You have a Spotify.
That makes, why not?
Yep.
So, I don't know, close to 15 years of playlists, gone.
Liked songs,
everything. Gone. I am never finding those Chinese songs that I like. They're gone, man. Like, they are gone. Shit sucks.
Yeah.
And so,
so the only, respite I have is I'm hopeful that all of this, it's only AI. Like, that's why we,
But even, the responses that I get are all AI.
That's what I'm saying. So, there's going to be some point, 9 months from now, where, an actual human will, get the ticket, and then they'll be like, oh, okay. And then I'm going to restore everything.
If I stay on top of it, I guess. But one thing is for certain. We're starting a new feed.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over to Libsyn.
Or something else, but that's the one that we're talking about.
We like it. It looks good. It's the original hosting service. But yeah. Also, the thing with, I don't know. The next place that we have a feed from, if there is an issue, I'd like to be able to talk to an actual fucking human being.
Well, good luck.
Well,
that's going to become more and more common coming up here.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like some smaller hosting sites probably still have a little more personal, and I'm hoping Libsyn, I'll look into it a bit, but it looks promising.
Yeah.
So, but bad news is there's going to be a new feed. So all my reviews are gone. The review that said I'm only listening to this because Tom is hot, that's gone. So there goes my ego boost.
You still got that framed on the wall, though, up there.
Ooh.
No, I'm joking.
Who's on the wall?
I was pretending that you printed that out and framed it.
Oh,
and hung it up in the studio.
It was great, though. Great. Thank you for that. Maybe I'll reach out to her. But hey, can you leave that on the new one? But yeah, so we're gonna have to have a new feed, and so we have an idea of what to do next. But we're gonna run it by you all in the Discord first.
We have an acorn of an idea.
Yeah, and I think
if it's gonna turn into a mighty oak.
We think it's got legs, and it'll cover a lot of ground.
And I think we'll have fun with it.
Yeah, and there would be some fundamental changes to the show. But, not really.
No, it'll be very similar.
It'll be very similar, but also fundamentally different.
Yeah.
If you want to give us $5 a month, it'll be fundamentally the same. Outside of that, giving us $5 a month. And if it's only 5 of you, then God bless you. We're going to do it for you. We'll run that fucking thing into the ground. But we'll talk about that in the Discord tomorrow. Adam's going to post the deets and get your feedback on it. But anyways.
We also want to figure out a way, because once you figure out a way to upload this to the Discord, I want to create a channel in there for Clonecast Classics where we'll post a random episode every week.
But there also may be another place where we're going to be getting those.
So. But we definitely want to put one in the Discord.
Yeah, it just sucks because there's a few people that have reached out recently that are still working through them. Yeah, and so I know we've gotten some emails lately. We got to get the Eel Nose email eventually. We've got some new ones, some new Clonecast Novas that have reached out that are like, oh, I'm only on episode 80. It's like, well, fucking hurry up before they're gone. Because I don't, apparently on Apple, you can still click them. I don't know if it's because they're already played in my phone, but I think a lot of people can still access them on Apple.
Yeah, that's what, I was able to go on Apple and get them all.
Yeah. So download them. I guess.
Go get an external. Yeah. Download it. How many terabytes is that?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
The good news is I do have hard files of every single episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
Everything. So they're not gone. We just got to kind of rehouse them, and so that's
Dip back into the archives.
yeah.
So how was your birthday?
I don't know. I got to pee already. I should have peed before we went on air. God damn it.
It was the Circle of Life song that stirred something inside of you.
Yeah, it was like going on the teacups.
Uh-huh.
Makes your penis tingle, you know?
Yeah.
I'm talking about? You got that thing.
Sure. Some centrifugal force.
This will be great. Hey, you know what? I got to pee. So
I got to get something to drink. We can just take a break.
we don't even got to take a break. I'm just going to play a song for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Let's play a fucking song. Let's play a song,
This
shall
ain't
we?
getting striked.
What song should we play for him?
Play a Kenny.
Play a Kenny? It would be funny if these couple Discord episodes that we're going to do.
The biggest hits we have yet.
Yeah. But also they're just like 90% us just playing music and taking peas.
Because we can.
Yeah, just because we can. It's about 4 minutes long. We won't be that long, but enjoy it.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind, it requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another.
I can't live without you if the love was gone. Everything means nothing if you got no one, and you just walk in the night, just slowly losing sight
Of the real thing. Adam's still peeing, but I'll sing for you.
But that
Won't happen to us 'cause we got no doubt. Too deep in love and we got no way out. And the message is clear. This could be the year
For the real thing.
will you come?
Baby, I will hurt you never.
We started in
as one in love forever. We can ride
With each other.
making love with
Each other. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. No one in between. Oh, she ran into him. It's a live version.
sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another.
Let's walk.
Adam, you gotta listen to this part. Listen to Dolly here. It's great.
It's the best.
And we rely on
Listen to her here. She wants to take a stroll. Listen.
one lover to another.
Let's walk.
Let's walk. Sail away. Okay.
What a talent.
We're back with a minute left on the track.
Look at that.
Look at that. What are we going to talk about?
Well, how's your birthday? I want to hear how it went.
Well, I went to my dad's.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was interesting.
Yeah, I want to know. You teased something before we started
Well,
recording.
you know, I went over there. We had dinner, and then, you know, he was like, "Well, They were like, "Do you want to watch a show with us?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll watch a show with
So
you."
you watch a Blue Bloods?
I wish. So my dad, God bless his heart, wanted to watch Jeopardy,
Okay.
which we did end up watching. But my stepmom wanted to watch The Five.
Oh my God.
Do you know what The Five is?
I'm very familiar with The Five.
So I was like,
Is this your first exposure to
well, I mean,
The
I've seen
Five?
clips of The Five. I know of The Five.
It's so bad.
And I was like, look, if you want to watch The Five, I'll watch The Five, but expect some commentary. And so right away, they start The Five, and there's Jesse Waters' dumbass.
God, I hate that dude.
And I just said, you know what? I made a comment about him. And they're like, oh, you know him? And I was like, yeah, well, I know that
You know
he
what the-
cheated on his wife that he had kids with and left her for a much younger producer at Fox News. And the way that he got that girl's attention was by letting the air out of her tires.
Yeah, isn't that great?
So she need help.
Yep.
Very creepy. So I pilled them on how bad of a guy Jesse Waters is.
Do you know what it is about, like, The Five, the personalities on there, and Jesse Waters especially? But the thing I just, like, hate about them so much, aside from their entire viewpoint and, like, opinions on pretty much everything, but they're so fucking smug about everything.
Yeah, Greg Gutfeld went on a rant about, we were right about this, and I can't remember what he was saying they're right about because it wasn't really true, so it was kind of like, I was like,
Yeah.
you're really right about any of this shit. Like, what are you talking about? But they were talking about Doge stuff, and it was right after Musk had his little round circle, or his little Oval Office press conference with Trump.
Is that what he talked about, the black guy? Yeah.
Yeah, and also he's always fucking high on ketamine and shit. And he's like, wait, that was from the fake in New York Times. Like, he did that, you know? And I, like, when he said that, like, before he even said that, I was like, because they were like, oh, they're saying he's high on ketamine. Like, they're just making this shit. And I was like, I've been saying he's high on ketamine for 3 fucking years. I didn't say that, but I was like, trust me.
I don't know if it's ketamine, but the dude's on something.
Yeah, and I was like, trust me. This guy's high as hell.
He's chewing on his tongue half the time.
Yeah, he's out of his mind. And so, like, I got them to buy into that, too. That it's like, oh, no, that story's real. Like, so I'm like, if I just went over there for an hour every night, I think I could have them voting for Bernie. But, so, yeah, there was that. And Greg Gutfeld went on some long-winded fucking thing about, like, he's trying to save the American people money, and he's getting hammered for it. The liberal media is hammered for it. We were right about this. We were right about that. You know, maybe just trust us.
They went into that.
And then I was like, okay, you're going to cut all these government programs, but are you going to cut or audit the Pentagon? And I said that. And then, like clockwork, the one lib that they put up there on the panel, Jessica
Tarkov.
Yeah,
Yep.
whatever it is. She's kind of more of a moderate, but she's
next
a
to
lib.
those fucking freaks.
Oh, I mean, she's a Dem.
Yeah.
She's like, she immediately brought up the Pentagon. They kind of like looked at me, and I was like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was like, she's the one that's the only one talking any truth up
Yep.
here. Because they're not going to audit the Pentagon.
Of course not.
They don't give a fuck. They got the most
Bottomless
waste.
pit.
Is the most, like, I don't know. I don't have the numbers. But if you gave me the numbers, I'm pretty sure out of all government agencies, the most waste is in that stupid fucking
They haven't
building.
passed an audit in, I don't know, 30-some years, something like that. And I think the last time that they were audited, there was like $1 trillion or $2 trillion that, like, they just couldn't account for.
Yeah. And so, but then that led into me having some more ground to stand on. And then I was like, look, I broke it down for them because they were kind of like more curious about what I was saying at this point than the 5.
I love that it took like
10 minutes.
2 little, like, things where you force them to think critically. And they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And so I said, look, like, is there government waste? Absolutely. There is. So let's start from the beginning. I said, if we are in this country of 350 million people, you need to have some sort of laws, right? I think we can all agree on that. Like, there needs to be there has to be a backbone to any functioning society. That's a government. I was like, once you accept that government is inevitable, which they have, which they agreed with, I said, then you must ask yourself, what do you want the government to do? And then I went into my thing. I was like, I'll tell you what I want the government to do. I want to make sure people have health care. I want to make sure that people have a roof over their heads. I want to make sure people have access to quality work. That's what I think the government should do. That's all I think the government should do. Obviously, you need to have some defense or something. You know, like, there are other things. But, like, I think that needs to be the 3 core functions of government. And I was like, once you accept that, then you really have to, like, look at who's saying what. Like, whose bread's being buttered here, you know? And so I laid on, like, I find it very odd that, you know, there's arguments on both sides for cutting things like Social Security, Medicare, you know, Medicaid, whatever. But, you know, and there's a standoff over these issues, which I think are real issues. And obviously I take the side of the Democrats on that. Like, no, we do not want to cut these things. They're important. Those are some of the things that the government actually does good.
Yeah.
But I was like, once you get beyond that, though, and, like, I don't think they've ever even thought about this. I was like, don't you find it kind of odd that all this fighting goes on over these things that whatever you think of them, they are there to help people that need it. Whatever you think, whether you think the people are lazy or you think the people just got down on their luck. You know, if you want to be a prick about it or you want to just be a normal, sensible person. Once you accept that, why is it that if Israel calls in the middle of the night, every fucking motherfucker in Congress and in the executive can rubber stamp $10 billion worth of
Where's their
arms?
checkbook?
Get the check. How much do you need?
Yep.
And then I brought up, like, Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's what I said. I was like, so we can do that
Without batting a fucking eye.
without batting an eye. Everybody's in unison on it, shaking hands, because it's all, you know, they're all patting each other on the back. And the thing is, I was like, did we learn nothing after 9/11? Did we learn nothing?
Yeah.
Because after 9/11, Afghanistan, Iraq, disasters. Thousands, like, and I told him, I was like, look, there's like millions of citizens in Iraq that died.
Oh, yeah.
Just innocent people.
Yeah.
That died because of this war. In Afghanistan, Iraq.
Do you think that makes us Americans safer?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way to play it, too.
I did that too. But also, because I brought up, like, it created ISIS. It did all these things. It didn't do anything. The Taliban is in control of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's
It made
right back to
everything
where we started.
A lot worse.
So what I said was like, okay, and even if you're like, okay, civilian casualties is something about, you know, like wars, these things happen, which is fucking, I mean, there shouldn't have been that many, and, you know, whatever. I was like, how many Americans died over there? Honestly, 50,000? I don't know. What's the troop death numbers? I don't know. But
It's not, I mean, it's a good chunk, but it's not.
I mean, it's not like the
crazy.
civilian deaths.
Yes.
Like million. But, like, in the thousands.
Yeah.
I would say at least over 10,000, probably, right? In that 15 years,
Do
whatever.
we get any more freedom from those people sacrifices?
What did they die for? They went over there and died for what? Like, we learned nothing. We learned absolutely nothing. And then when I brought up, like, you know, and I even like to preface, I was like, look, I don't know the whole history of Israel and Palestine. Like, I have a decent understanding of it, but I was like,
if you Google the Nakba, that'll give you a good idea.
yeah, but I also didn't want to, like,
Yes, I know.
I didn't want to go down the road of, like, discussing
Yes.
60 years worth, you know, since 70 years. But what I said was, I was like, I don't think there's any reasonable argument to be made at this point that what Israel is doing in Gaza is a travesty. Like, I honestly don't know anybody can argue it anymore. Like, they're blocking food. They bomb refugee camps because one random Hamas guy might be there.
If I am giving them the biggest benefit of the doubt, it's a travesty. In reality, it's a genocide. Like, they're trying to wipe out an entire people.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is that.
Yes.
But, like, I just used the word travesty.
Yes, I know.
Like,
You're-
and
you're-
even my stepmom was like, it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. She's more conservative than my dad.
Yeah.
It's like, she's like out on it. It's like, what are we fucking doing here? Nobody wants this.
It's fucking bonkers.
The only people that want this are either How willfully ignorant are you being?
Yeah.
You're not, like, at this point, I don't know how anybody can be like, yeah, let's keep it going.
I feel like everybody, even the like more staunch conservative people, are starting to be like, all right, we got to start like, I got to at least criticize it a little bit because things are starting to turn and people don't want to be on the wrong side now.
Yeah, and like, there's so like the mainstream media is trying so hard to hold on to the rope with this. Like, they're trying so hard to keep it to because what is Israel's popularity right now? If they did like a general poll of Americans,
For the first time since I think its inception, like
it's negative.
It's more negative than it is positive. And I think in the general populace, just general, not looking at any demographics, I think it's somewhere of like, I think something like 58 to 60% of people disapprove of.
Yeah. But I mean, it's gotten to the point where, I mean, it's just like anybody that says anything negative about the state of Israel, like remotely negative, just anything. You're an anti-Semite.
Also, just the fact that it's a foreign government that has a lobbying body inside of the United States that can pay millions of dollars into anybody's campaign.
Yeah.
Just that alone is fucking insane.
I mean, it happens right here.
There's not another nation on earth that has that capability.
Every 2 years it happens in my district. You know who my representative is? It's
Ilhan
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
And every 2 years they primary her. And they spend millions and millions of dollars. AIPAC does. They put up a moderate Democrat who is like super pro-Israel. And they lose by 30 points. But like, without a doubt, every 2 years there's a new one. There's a guy by the name of Don Samuels last time. And I'm sure they'll wheel somebody out next time too. Because like, it's all smoke and mirrors bullshit. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not even like going to say, I'm not going to stand, like, I don't know. I'm not going to stand on a soapbox and be like, I don't really know what the answer is. I don't claim to know what the answer is. What I do know,
anybody does.
Yeah. But what I do know is whatever this is disgusting.
Running an apartheid state for the past
it's gross.
However many years.
It's fucking gross. And it needs to stop.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it's got to stop.
And was it at this point that your dad carried out your birthday cake? It was like, happy birthday.
Well, I can't remember how it got brought up then. Oh, when I was like, this is what I want the government to do is this, this, and this. And he's like, well, what about the illegal immigrants getting free Medicare and stuff like that? And I'm like, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think that's happening. And if it is, they're probably paying taxes. Like, you're in the system.
Yeah.
You're paying taxes.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, so I don't really care. I was like, I don't care. I don't know, but I highly doubt that illegal, undocumented immigrants are getting free health care.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure they can go to a hospital and skip a bill.
I'm sure there are examples. I am sure there are examples.
But in general, if you're receiving medical assistance from the government, you're probably at the bare minimum paying taxes.
Yeah. Well, and they definitely pay more in taxes than they are getting out of the system.
Oh, absolutely. They're contributing taxes to a system that, like, they're a specter of.
Yeah. They don't get to claim Social Security when they get to be of age, which I don't think we will be able to either, but that's a separate deal.
So anyways, I mean, it was like the heavy Judge Janine was not there for this episode. Heavy. They had some like Judge Janine replacement. Yeah. It was Gutfeld. It was some blonde lady that was like the main host. And then it was Jesse Waters, Jessica Tarlov, and then like the whoever was sitting in Judge Janine's chair. And I don't know. It's just like you watch it, but
all it takes is like 2 follow-up questions to get anybody that's like so like dug their heels in to be like, oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's a shitty dumb show.
Yeah.
It's a very dumb
even
program.
like I think,
but I don't even like blame them for it.
For the most part, like
if you have questions about this country, and I mean, obviously they've been inundated with this shit on Fox News, but like, I understand it. Like, there's questions about this country, and Democrats have not been good about messaging.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They're awful at that. Like the Republicans at least are like in sync on what they say.
They at least have a
and they
strategy.
say it
Yeah.
over and over. Like you can counter them, but they are just going to hammer these 5 things home. And that kind of just works. It's sad, but it works. And like I don't expect people to fucking be experts in this shit. Like you got your own life, you got your shitty fucking job in this country, you got your bills, you got so much shit. Like yeah, somebody's entire like political mind is sown by 2 kooks on Fox News every night. Like yeah, that's all they got the energy for, man. Like the Democrats are so bad at messaging, whereas Republicans is like, you can turn this on for an hour every night. We're going to shout at you. We're going to tell you what to fucking be mad about, and you're going to be mad about it.
Well, also, like, Democrats, for the most part, are liberal elites. Like college-educated folk.
Fucking clowns is what they are.
But they also, like, I think there's a bias because they assume, like, oh, well, I understand all of these things, so the general populace must as well.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think...
No, when you have literally, like, when you have an entire, like, political establishment that is just, like... shitheads from Ivy League schools that haven't lived in like a regular suburb
are so disconnected from the general populace.
Like they haven't lived in a regular neighborhood in fucking 15 years. They've been in the Beltway. Like as soon as they graduated from Harvard, they went and got an internship somewhere in the Beltway. And then next thing you know, they're like an aide for a congressional guy and blah, 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 blah. Like you're so disconnected from what American people think that you have no business.
I've brought it up to other people that we know that are like more like elitist, have more elitist leanings. And like, I've brought up certain things and been like, that's what like most of the country feels. And they're like, well, no, that's crazy. Talking about like dumb shit.
Well, look at it this way. The best example I can possibly use of like a politician who understands messaging is Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Because you know what? He's got 5 points and he fucking hammers them home.
Yes.
He does what the Republicans have been doing forever.
I've told you this. I think I told you a couple of weeks ago. I was like, no matter what. And like, I don't think conservatives would like bat an eye at certain legislation as long as like class was brought in. Like if you frame everything from a class perspective, then I don't think they give a shit. If you frame everything of like, what are you going to do about gay marriage?
Think about it this way.
I don't give a shit. I want to like increase the minimum wage. I want to like improve everybody's lives.
Also, like, just like the words you use when you're talking about something. Like, yeah, okay, like it's like social program, like ding ding, like it just sets off the socialism thing. It's like they like socialism, they just don't know it. So you have to like navigate it. You have to understand messaging. And on a base level, on a detail level, every single level, the Democrats are the worst at messaging that could ever possibly fucking be.
It's like they're not even trying.
No, and they're not, because all they
lose.
want to do is fundraise off of Trump's fucking dumbass. That's all they want to do. But anyways, so, I think I opened their eyes a little bit.
Infuriating.
My dad at one point, when he was just flustered with me after I'd been like dominating the conversation, he just goes, well, what do you think of Biden? And I was like, he sucks. I was like, I don't like Biden.
That's when I actually started like getting through to my dad. And like my dad, like he calls himself an independent. I'd say he's more conservative leaning.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he voted for Trump. I don't want to ask him, but I don't know. If I had to wager, I'd say odds are good. But like once I started talking shit about Obama and Biden, that was enough for my dad to be like, really? And then he started listening to like some of the other stuff that I was saying, and he was like, yeah, okay. Like,
yeah.
And I think it was last year after a cabin weekend, he was like, you know what? And it was after I was talking about just common sense shit. But I was talking about like social programs without calling them social programs. And I'd say things like, I think if you want a job, if you come to this country, you want to work, you should be able to work and get a paycheck as long as you're working.
Yeah.
And I think the government should be able to provide you that. And he's like, yeah, I think so too. And then like, it was after having those conversations, like he looked at me dead in the eye and he was like, you know what? As you're getting older, I think you're getting more conservative. And it was after I had just talked about a social program that the government should roll out for everybody. And he was like, yes, they should do that. He thought that was a conservative idea.
You know why he thinks that?
Because it's work.
But also because conservatives forever have said these dumb, like they have no plan for it. It's a fucking pipe dream. But you know what they say? We're going to bring back jobs.
Yep.
We're going to bring back jobs. They hear jobs and they think it's a conservative ideal. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders out there, almost winning the Democratic fucking primary, by the way,
twice,
is advocating for a national jobs program, a right to work. Fucking conservatives, man.
Isn't this fucking crazy?
It sucks, man. They're good at messaging. They're good at messaging.
When it came to Doge, it was hilarious because going in, what did Elon say he was going to find $1 trillion? That was the estimate.
Well, I think they're still saying like, oh, we found $200 billion.
But the problem,
it's really not even.
Is every fucking government agency has been fucking strip mined for the last 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
So like, to get a box of paper clips, you have to like jump through hoops in government agencies. It's not like I'm sure there's some fraud or errors going on, but like to the way that they thought there was fraud, it's fucking insane.
So right now, Doge claims to have found $150 billion, cut $150 billion in federal spending. Really, the receipts only add up to about $63 billion. The federal budget in 2024, so last year, you care to wager what that was?
$5 trillion?
6.8 trillion.
Okay.
And yeah. So
but
they
also some of the credit that they're getting is they cut the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That was a net gain for fucking citizens.
Yes.
But you just cut it and you get to claim, okay, we recovered $2 billion or whatever their budget
What else
was.
did they cut? The National Weather Service? Oh,
yeah.
Well, have fun in Florida with the hurricane season when they don't know where the hurricanes are going.
Hey, you know what that does, though? That opens up the market. So now we just need a private enterprise to come in, and for a small subscription a month, you get first access to weather alerts.
But how are they going to get off the ground? Surely they're going to need some sort of startup money to get going. Do you think the government can subsidize them? I don't
know. I read abundance, and I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Oh God. We are on record on this podcast of talking about like people don't realize how much $1 billion is. Like $63 billion. That's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of money.
If the general populace truly understood the difference between $1 million and $1 billion, they would be executing Elon Musk on the White House lawn.
Yeah. But $63 billion, first of all, that's like 1/16 of what Elon Musk is worth, or 1/8 maybe of what Elon Musk is worth.
Yeah.
I don't know what his current worth is, because it's just so funny to me, like, oh, we're tanking Tesla stocks. Like, what does he fucking care?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to oust him out of the board? Or are they going to throw him out as CEO? The guy's rich as fuck. But $63 billion when compared to $6.8 trillion, that is nothing. It's fucking nothing. And I guarantee you, out of that $63 billion, I would bet $50 billion of it is useful programs that work.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
They let this happen.
That's the biggest thing, is like I've been more disgusted with them than I have been angered by I come to expect it from the Republicans, but it's like, this is who you're losing to?
Yeah. It'd be so easy to beat them. Or it's even easier to get Trump to do a fucking heel turn on the conservatives. I mean,
just start talking to him about how amazing. Well, just this last week, he is trying to pass Obama's Iran deal that Trump overturned. The second Trump got into office, he ripped up and threw out the Iran deal. And now, I forget who leaked it, but it leaked like his proposed Iran deal, and it's like almost identical.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's another thing. When we brought up Israel, when I was talking with him, my stepmom was like, what do you think of Iran trying to get nuclear weapons? And I said, this is what I said. I was like, well, Israel's got nuclear weapons, right? We can agree on that. Like, I don't know if they have them registered. Like, you can look up countries. They have nuclear weapons.
What is it? The Samson Initiative, I think, is their like nuclear program.
They called it the Samson Initiative.
I think that's the right one.
But I was like, so she's like, yeah, they have nuclear weapons. I was like, okay, so
The Samson option.
Okay. I was like, okay, so if they have them, why can't Iran have them? I think it's a fair question. And she says, well, if Iran had them, they would destroy Israel. They nuke Israel. And I was like, think about that for a second. Let's say they had one. You think they would immediately just be like,
let's do it.
Hit the button, You know what that would mean for them, right? If they nuked Israel, they would be wiped off the map in 10 minutes.
Yep.
Like, we would shoot.
It wouldn't take that long.
Like, if they had one and they decided just like, we're going to use it, it would be over for Iran. Iran would be uninhabitable for 1,000 years. Period.
Uh-huh.
They're not going to fucking use it. The reason they want it is because we've got fucking saber rattlers all over the place. Like, do they hate Israel? Yes, they do. Absolutely. I'm not debating that. But the fact is, like, why do you think North Korea wants a nuke? Because we've been breathing down their throats for fucking 50 years.
If you were a country that didn't have a nuke, why would you not want one?
Yeah.
With the fucking crazy orange person with his finger over the button.
Well, just think
and
about
the
it this way.
fucking idiot from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That's next door.
Think about it this way. If you walked up to a guy and he pulled a gun on you, and he was just holding it there, he wasn't going to shoot you, but he was holding it there and pointing at you, he's threatening you. Would you rather just be like, hey, can we bargain? Or would you rather also point a gun at him to make him think about it? It's not rocket science. Like,
well, I think technically there is a little rocket science that goes into it.
But do I think Iran's this great country? No. I will say that, like, the youth in that country, they tend to be more progressive, and they tend to be...
I forgot what it was I was watching today. I think it was the Majority Report or something else, but they were talking about, like, the weird kind of, like, dichotomy between, like, rural Iran and, like, urban Iran, because, like, rural Iran is still, like, it's like hit country here. Like, they're very religious, and they, like, identify with the, like, extremist religious leaders in the country. But then you go to the urban centers and people there are like, yeah, why can't I drive a Mercedes? Like, yeah, I have a lot of money. Like, why can't I buy these things?
Well, I mean, do you remember the
and they said, like, it's basically at this point, like, the population of Iran, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
So the whole strategy when Obama passed his, like, Iran deal was like, if we open up their markets, we don't got to do anything. It's just like, just allowing them access to these things. The general populace will turn on the extremists themselves. We won't need to do anything. And that was kind of like the whole strategy behind it. And then the second Trump got in, he was like, nope, because anything Obama did, he just wanted to tear up.
No, I mean, for the conservative regime in Iran, the youth, the young generation there, it's like, it's much more progressive.
I mean, they're just people. I mean,
they're also just people. Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing I mentioned. I was like, what do you think Iran is like anyways? I was like, what do you really think? Do you think Iran is just this, like...
We've had these conversations. It's so fucking funny because, like, I truly think, like, when you talk to a conservative person and you, like, if you were to look inside their head, like, Iran to them is like Aladdin. Like, it's only, like, huts and, like, rug like sellers, and that's it. I think fruit vendors.
I think they have this idea of, like, where it's this, like, cartoonish idea of a country where it's like you walk down the streets of Tehran, and then, like, everywhere you turn there is a terrorist, like, planning an attack on America or something.
Well,
it's like,
we've said the same
thing.
No,
they're just people, man.
We've said the same thing about China too. Like, these cities in China are bigger than any fucking city in the US. Yeah. But, like, I think in their mind's eye, they think it's some, like, backwater. just
Yeah.
because like they hear China and that's what they've been conditioned to think.
Yeah. But anyways, it was
So happy birthday.
yeah, and then we watched Jeopardy. I won.
They like that Ken Jennings.
I actually would have been it. Yeah, they do. I actually would have probably finished second, I think. I got the final Jeopardy right, and I got like 7 or 8 where I beat the
What
guys.
is the Mamba?
Yeah.
Giddy up again.
I beat the panelists. So they think I should be on Jeopardy. I'm good at quizzing.
Uh-huh.
I'm a quizling.
Quiz Bowl.
Quiz bowl boy. Yeah, anyways.
But yeah, since the last time we recorded, we took a little field trip.
Did we?
Yeah, we haven't talked about meeting up with a Russian friend since.
Holiday Road. Yeah, we went to a Twins game. That's right when everything shit went down that week.
Yeah, it was like that.
It was
day or
Star
the day
Wars
before.
night at the Twins game. Did we post the picture of Kiadi Mundi in the Discord?
Well, I think you did on Instagram. I don't know if we have it in the Discord.
That guy was dead inside.
It was so funny.
It was great. But yeah, Heath the Russian was in town. He's a Twins fan, and he was visiting the Twin Cities, and he did go see Steve. Son
did.
of Steve was working.
He texted us a picture. And it's just like him covertly taking a picture, and over his shoulder, you just see Steve hunched over at the register.
Hunched over the cards. But yeah, so Heath visited. We met up with him and his girlfriend at the Twins game. We had a lovely chat with him for a couple innings. It was great. We got a picture
really
with
fun.
Heath. Heath also gave me some news this week that I haven't told you yet. She revealed to him they're expecting their first.
Oh my God! Well, Mazel Tov.
Yes,
That's
and they got
amazing.
engaged. So
Congratulations, Heath.
Minneapolis is for lovers.
Oh,
So yes, congratulations to Heath the Russian. But yeah, it was great running into Heath.
it was really fun.
And afterwards, we kind of thought, I was like, people like us? Why?
Yeah, we just rant into a microphone for 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, the outpouring of support on like Discord and
it's been great.
from people, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Like I really appreciate it.
Yeah. No, it's been cool. It's been cool. And like the real diehards like Cold as Zach, I mean, I'm sorry that it's been a bare bones few weeks for you, brother. But yeah, it was great meeting Heath. I hope he had a great time here.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Walk-off home run.
Uh-huh.
It's great stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they played the Star Wars, the little John
Yeah.
Williams. Yeah, it was great.
Who's the guy that they added to make Viceroy?
Oh, Viceroy Lewis. It's great. It's the same exact picture from last year.
Yep, exactly the
Never
same.
let it go. I'm really upset that they didn't do anything with Harrison Bader.
Oh, they
Darth
could have easily.
Vader.
Yeah.
I think that writes itself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we had a little field trip. Met up with Heath the Russian. The rest of the time, what did we do the rest of the time?
We ate some fried chicken.
Yeah, we did.
Uh-huh.
Crunch. It was a good game. Twins are on fire. I don't want to talk about Timberwolves. It's over.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How was your state of mind when that was going down?
I thought that we had a coin flip chance to win that series, and really, I mean, it was like a 25% chance to win that series. So I accepted it by the time it was over. I did go to the one game that they won, which was great.
Yes. And that was a fucking blowout.
Oh, they murdered them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the story of the Timberwolves this year was when they're on, they're probably the best team in the NBA. Like there's other great teams, obviously, but I think they are. When they're on, they're the best team in the NBA. If you put their best game against somebody else's best game, I'm taking the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
But they're horribly inconsistent,
Uh-huh.
and they were all year. And one thing they were really inconsistent with was turning the ball over. And Oklahoma City thrives on that shit.
Yeah.
And that was their downfall. And so it made sense. It sucks, but it made sense. But, hey, man, that's 2 years in a row that I've had actual playoff runs. I couldn't ask for much more. If you would have told
That
me, like,
last
if you
game-
would have told me 2 years ago they were going to make the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row, I'd been like, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
That has only happened once, and that was in 2004.
Uh-huh.
That was the only other time they ever even won a playoff series. So, like, yeah, I
It
mean,
was fun to watch. And, like, I was watching consistently, but that last game, it happened, like during the week where we thought our cat was dying. So, like, I was pretty emotionally...
How is Izzy doing?
She's better, yeah. She's
Doing good?
Yep, good now.
You got her all medicated, or what's going on?
She takes some meds. but,
Okay.
Yeah, she does have, like a congenitive heart failure deal that, like...
It's like early stages.
Yeah, they're like, with medication, it pushes it out, but, like, it will be the end of her at some point.
Is it the kind of thing where, like, you're just going to find her one day, or is it the kind of thing where you're going to have to make a hard choice?
I don't know. I was like, if we,
You don't really-
if
well, I
we
guess you
keep
don't
up
really
with the
know those
medication, like, I think it'll get to the point where it's like, we might have to make the choice.
How old is she?
13.
Okay. Well, cats live a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Remember Tigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what, 19? You made it up there, didn't
He
he?
was 17, 18. He
Yeah.
had gunk in his eye, and he weighed like 5 pounds when it was all said and done. But he was a fucking hell of a cat, man. He was a great guy.
But that was like, we had like this surprise kind of like turn with Izzy. So like I was just so emotionally spent, and I had like kind of a stressful week at work that like I turned on that Timberwolves game, that last one, and I think I lasted 5 minutes. And
I mean,
it,
it
like
wasn't-
it looked so bad out the gate, and like we could have theoretically came back. But I was at a point where I was like, turn it the fuck off.
Yeah.
And I like stood up and I was like, I got to go and like, I just went and worked.
Well, I was at a trivia night, and so like I was at Uda Pills Brewing in Minneapolis, and so I was like watching it, and I remember like we were doing trivia because I'm sort of dating somebody now, which is weird. But we were at trivia, and I was like, she's like, "Don't you want to watch the game tonight?" I was like, "I don't need to plan my night around this." I was like, "They're down 3-1. If they somehow win this game, great. I'm going to game 6." But I was like, I am not planning my night around this. And I'm glad I didn't, because I knew.
Yeah.
Like, I knew. So I had it on. We had it on at Uda Pills. And, like, I remember Jaden hit the 3 to start the game. We were up 3-0. And I was just like, all right, let's go. And there's, like, there was other Wolves fans there, obviously. And we're all, like, cheering. And then it was just straight downhill.
Yep.
And we left like in the middle of the second quarter. We were heading out, and she's like, "Do you want to stay and watch?" I'm like, "No,
Nah.
It was clearly over."
Yep.
So it is what it is.
How
There's
did
always
Dad
next
take
year.
it?
Well, thankfully the Twins have started winning, so he can kind of like
That's like his methadone.
yeah. But I think he kind of accepted it at that point. I think once they lost when they won game 3 at home, so it was 2-1, and then they lost game 4 at home by 2. It was a really close game. It
Yep.
was the best game of the
I remember
series.
watching that one.
And it's like, if they would have won that game, then I'd have expectations, but they didn't. And down 3-1, you just knew it was over.
Yeah.
Like, it just that was the series. You didn't win that game 4, it was over. So it sucks, but it is what it is. It doesn't help that I fucking hate Oklahoma City. Like, the city itself.
Yeah, we've talked at length.
It's such a shitty fucking place. Like, it's so fucking crap. And, like, we talked about it a few weeks back. I don't know if the episode's still up. If it is, good luck. Download it while you can. But we talked about, like, the hierarchy of Midwest cities, where it's like you got Chicago, and then, like, right under it is, like, Minneapolis. And then, like, but as a Minneapolitan, I feel like I can just shit on every other city outside of Chicago. I can't shit on Chicago because Chicago has more things.
Uh-huh.
But Minneapolis compared to Oklahoma City, get out of here. I remember when I saw somebody arguing with an Oklahoma City fan on X, the Everything app, and they were talking about, like, what are you talking about? Minneapolis only has 370,000 people. Oklahoma City has 600 and some thousand. And I just...
That type of shit drives you fucking insane.
I hate it because it's such a dumb view of the world. Like, it's dumb. I didn't jump in, but I just like, dude, I don't want to get in a flame war over metropolitan sizes, but it's like, there are 3.5 million people in Minneapolis. There's like 1 million in Oklahoma City metro. Like, it's not even close. Like, it's a way bigger city here.
Well, and if you go total metro area.
That's what I'm talking about, the
probably-
metro
yeah,
area.
yeah.
Also, if you just combine St. Paul with Minneapolis, it's like 800,000.
Yeah.
It's bigger. But anyways, I didn't want to get into it, but this person was clearly not educated on what a fucking city is, okay? The modern city, it's called the suburban sprawl. I don't know if you've heard of it, folks, but the people moved out of the city in the 60s, and then the population of the cities dwindled. The suburbs blew up.
You ever been to St. Louis?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to St. Louis. I've never been. I'm sure there's stuff to do there.
It's got an arch.
Yeah. Seems like a big city. They got a weird kind of cracker pizza that I'd be interested in.
You don't want the cracker pizza.
Sounds good.
It is not
I
good.
like a thin crust.
Let's see. I'm going to guess St. Louis is 2.5 million in the metro. Should we look it up?
Yep.
It's in everything. It's in everything Clonecast. This isn't the first time. 2.8 million in the metro.
Look at that.
21st in the United States. How about it? So it's about it's getting close to as big as Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. St. Louis is all right. I feel like that's still on the scale of where I could shit on it if I wanted to. I could shit on St. Louis, like, oh, cool arch. Like, we got a spoon with a cherry.
What's the closest one that you can't shit on?
That's tough.
I know you hate it. I do love Milwaukee.
Yeah, but Milwaukee, it's not.
I love Milwaukee.
It's not the same.
Of course it's not the same. I think half the reason you hate Milwaukee is just because it's in Wisconsin.
Well, you're damn right.
If it was in Illinois, chances are you treat it the same way you treat Chicago.
1.5 million. We kind of
It's a fun city.
look. Milwaukee's fine, and it's within driving distance, like close driving distance, Chicago. So I don't hate Milwaukee. I think it's on the lake. It's pretty.
Plus, you had that beautiful cityscape that I got you for Christmas.
Yeah. The Midwest, baby. Here's a great list, a running list of cities here. They have an article, Midwestern United States. We got you got your Columbus, Indianapolis, Detroit, Milwaukee, Kansas City, Omaha,
I
Minneapolis.
just forget that Ohio is the Midwest.
Yeah.
There's that weird line, like before I moved to Chicago, I considered everything east of Chicago just like the East Coast. But until I moved to Chicago, that's when I started like meeting more people from Michigan, in Indiana, in like Ohio, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm from the Midwest." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're not from the Midwest."
Yeah, you're from like the Mideast.
But like it is
Yeah.
considered the Midwest.
So, okay. Chicago, that's your big boy. That's a 9.4 million in the metro area. The next biggest Midwest city, care to wager what it is? Chicago's number 3. Do we consider anything in Texas Midwest? No.
No.
Okay. So Chicago's the 3rd biggest metro area. What do you think the next biggest
Midwest.
Midwest city is? It's 14th in the metro area.
Detroit?
It is Detroit. Detroit has 4.4 million.
And then after that,
Minneapolis,
after that's Minneapolis.
3.7 million.
After that, St. Louis.
I'm scrolling. Yep, St. Louis, 2.8 million.
After that, Kansas City. It's either Kansas City or Cleveland.
It is. I want to make sure I'm not missing.
Or Milwaukee.
It's Kansas City, 2.2 million.
Kansas City. Then Milwaukee.
No,
Then
Columbus,
Columbus.
2.2 million.
At college.
Then one that I will shit on, Indianapolis, 2.1 million.
Yeah, fuck that city.
Then it's Cleveland at 2.1 million. Oh man, then you got Milwaukee, 1.5 is the next one.
Okay.
And then, 42nd, Oklahoma City, 1.4 million. I'll tell you what. I'd move to Madison, Wisconsin. Actually, I don't even hate Wisconsin.
Also, that city, first time, driving back and forth, I always was just trying to get to Milwaukee or Chicago, so never spent time there. I had a work retreat last year that was in Lake Geneva, and I got to spend an afternoon in Madison.
It's a nice city.
It is beautiful. It is on a big lake, but it's in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
their capital, like, top tier. I know that you're a big capital guy.
It's good.
It's top tier. Like, it's on an isthmus
Yeah.
between two lakes.
I like our capital.
Yeah, ours is top tier.
Yeah, it's great. Dome.
We got, like, ranking-wise, I'd say it's, like, up there is, like, ours, Texas capital. It's basically ours, but with just, like, a little, like, sand hue to it. Madison's up there, too.
You know what the worst one is? Pierre, South Dakota. Wait, no, or am I thinking of a different one? I'm thinking of a different one.
Anchorage, Alaska's pretty bad,
No,
too.
South Dakota State Capital is good. Which one's the shitty one? I think it's North Dakota. What's North Dakota's capital? Is it Bismarck?
I think so.
Bismarck. Yeah. It's so shit. Look it up right now, dude. It's so ass. It is the worst Capitol building you will ever fucking see.
Look up Anchorage's.
It literally looks like the old building I used to work in that my company sold because it was like, we don't have any use for this. You looking up Bismarck?
Yeah, I got it.
Isn't that ass?
Yeah.
It's terrible. It looks like a nondescript building in downtown St. Paul.
Did you look up Alaska's?
Okay, is that Juneau?
Yeah.
Juneau, Alaska. This show sucks. What?
The Capitol building. That's the Capitol building.
That's like... No.
Yeah! Isn't that crazy? There's no pomp or circumstance.
They do have a beautiful mountain there, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very serene.
Anyways, sorry, but it's the Clonecast. What do you fucking expect? We just talked about population density, metropolitan areas.
At length.
I'll tell you what. I'm cool with St. Louis. I'm cool with Kansas City. I'm cool with Milwaukee. I am not cool with Oklahoma City. No. It was the worst night of my life. And it wasn't even a bad night, but just being there, it sucked. My poor buddy Nick lived there for like 2 years, and he shit on that place so much. Like, this is the worst city I've ever been. That state sucks. I'm sorry.
Should we get into the time warp?
What do we even have a time warp for? We should probably take a break.
Yeah.
All right.
Ciabatta bread.
Sorry, I missed it. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. Are we talking about Rebuild the Galaxy?
Well, we could touch on it. I don't remember much from the episode.
Me either. Anyways, when did it air? I don't fucking know. Hey, check this song out. It's a Clonecast recommends. This song, it's a Tom recommend. Adam, if you got a recommend that you want to get to, you can certainly throw one over, but I just pulled this one. This is by Patrick Hernandez. It's called I Give You a Rendezvous, and I found it on my Apple Discover this week. Take that, Spotify. How could they take our podcast down for providing this much joy?
We're casting a spotlight on these songs.
The Clonecast never would have heard this song without me. This guy's a French disco musician.
You think Celine has heard of him?
Oh, I bet he's big in Celine's network. Rendezvous. Rendezvous. To you. Are you pulling a song?
I'll find one.
Well, it's up to you. You don't have to find one.
Just play that Bab song that I showed you before. The main event.
Tonight I'll give you a rendezvous.
What do you think of this?
It's very good.
God bless Apple, Maybe it was a good move. Maybe it was a blessing in
Blessing in
disguise.
disguise.
I'm telling you though, I'm never gonna find my Chinese songs.
Those are gone.
Do you have that one save that I really liked?
I may.
Gotta find it. Okay, Adam. So yeah, this is I Give You a Rendezvous by Patrick Hernandez. He's apparently French. You don't hear too many French guys named
Pin that one.
Hernandez.
I'll be saving that one. That one's very good.
Perhaps Cupid's arrow has struck a target much like that of Barbara Hernandez. Lava. Remember that? Okay. What do you want to say about yours?
This came on randomly on a Sirius XM station, and I just love it.
It's Barbara Streisand, the main event.
The main event. We can just wait until it picks up, and then, yeah. Because at first I was like, "Oh, it's very pretty."
I gotta thank my lucky stars.
I do love Babs. I feel like you're indifferent. She's got one or two songs that you're a fan of, but like,
I really like Hello Dolly.
I can't wait. I gotta celebrate.
once I knew that you were on a disco kick, I thought that this one was tickle your fancy.
We make love.
Oh, it's a banger, man.
It's real good.
I like it.
You're my every thought. You're my one attraction.
Ooh, she's horny for this guy.
Well, yeah, it's the main event, man.
I like how the main event is just like it's
Just banging.
sex, yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's fight. It's main event fight. So they fight and then they have sex. Oh, that Barbara. You call her Babs?
Yeah, of course. Extra, extra.
All right. Okay.
It's so good.
So we got I Give You a Rendezvous by Patrick Hernandez and the main event / fight by Barbara Streisand. Babs.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff. So that's her clone cast. I wanted to fade it. God damn it.
That's fine.
Whatever. Okay. We can talk about that.
Tell you what, let's do this.
Let's talk about something else.
Let's just, well, we can put...
That. Well, hello, Andor. It's so nice, Andor. You're such a good show, and it's time to talk about you. All right. Dolly, did you watch Andor? Hello, Lewis. Yes, I watched Andor. It was so much fun, and I've been wanting to talk about it all night long. Oh, that's so great. Dolly, I want to talk about Andor, Dolly. Oh, and let's talk Andor once again. All right.
Just imagine me carrying a huge stack of plates behind.
Yeah. You're one of the waiters. Let's fuck that. Let's talk about the Andor finale.
Let's just do that. We're going to talk about Andor Season 2. We'll put a pin in Rebuild the Galaxy. Maybe, like, if there's a big outcrying on Discord, we'll come back to it. I doubt there will be.
Imagine there's like a new guy who showed up. And it's just like, they're talking about Rebuild the Galaxy. And like, he's been waiting for this for the last 2
I was
years.
watching it. So I was watching it last night, and I was drunk. And as I was watching it, I got a price alert for the Dark Falcon, and I just hit buy now. So I did buy the Dark Falcon.
You just wanted that Vader piece, didn't you?
Well, there's plenty of stuff in there that's cool.
Yeah. Let's preface this. Let's set up Andor the finale. All right, let's set it up with this because I saved this from earlier, and it is like the best for me. It was the best scene. I played it for you earlier, but the way, the passion and defending Luthen's honor, I loved it. So this is one of the last scenes of the show. It's when Andor has returned to Yavin and he's talking to them about the information that Luthen passed to Kleia. He saved Kleia, rescued her, whatever. He's going to the head of the rebellion. It was Bail. It's Mon Mothma's there. There's two dickbags there. There's the one lady and that one guy who
They're
sucks.
the same dickbags from Rogue One.
Yeah, they suck. But yeah, this scene.
Any of you? Does anyone in this room, besides Senator Mothma, have any idea how much you owe him?
Oh, please.
Fuck that guy.
When I say I know Luthen, I mean I know the good and the bad. I know what was wrong with him. I had a front row seat on that. And I made my choice 2 years ago to join here and be part of this. But none of that can take away what he did and how hard it was. I don't know if what he was told is true or not. But it's insulting to hear him run down by people who have given a fraction of his sacrifice to this rebellion.
Enough.
Awesome. I love that
That
scene.
show better get some fucking Emmys.
It won't.
It was so fucking good.
What's up with Golden Globes, Emmys? These places just wholesaling, discounting sci-fi fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Well,
It won Best Picture.
with the exception of Guillermo del Toro when he made that fish fuck movie. That
Shape
one
of
won
Water.
it. Yeah.
They love when Guillermo del Toro does a fish fuck. They love when Guillermo del Toro has Mitch McConnell with eye hands. They love Pan's Labyrinth, but like Lord of the Rings, that trilogy is brilliant. You watched it finally, and it's great.
No, what we opened the show with, I didn't rewatch Lord of the Rings as an adult until 3 months ago, something like that. And that part enraptured me.
Yes.
When that Sam monologue.
Yeah.
I was weeping at the end of it, and I was like, this is some of the best movies I've ever seen.
And that's from Two Towers.
Yeah.
Which, funny, wasn't even nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
And I don't know what won that year. What do you think? What won that year? 2003 Academy Awards. Let's see. Because Return of the King.
Is that the Crash year?
Oh, my God. Return of the King did win Best Picture because I think they were well, we can't avoid it anymore. We have to now do this. You're actually going to be fine with it. Chicago.
Oh.
Lord of the Rings, actually, it was nominated that year.
Okay.
It was nominated.
That is the best musical movie.
Okay, so they were nominated for Best Picture. I take that back. But I do find that, the Academy, the Golden Globes, they really frown upon, sci-fi fantasy
Every once in a while, they'll give them nods
Yeah.
by, nominating them, but they seldom win.
Yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Andor. The entire second season
Was great.
was amazing.
I think it's a testament to just how great this show was that, the end game.
Yeah.
And it's really tough, especially for TV shows. When you know the end game, it's really tough to make it enthralling
Yeah.
and to lock you in. Because where it's all leading. You know that Andor isn't in any danger. You know he's going to survive to Rogue One. Shit like that. But I was enthralled with those last few episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
It is some of the best television I think I've ever seen.
No, I think it might be up there for me with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Yeah.
It's great. And fucking goddamn, man.
There were so many episodes that I couldn't explain it, but and this wasn't even in that final 3 episodes. I think this was in the second or third group. But it was the one where Clea had to get the listening device out of the artifact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat that entire scene. And I knew they were going to get out of there, but
Yeah.
it was the way that they edited it with her
Yeah.
and Lonnie and it was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. When oh God, when they're kind of let's call it the Nightfall Protocol because I can't remember what they were next. But when they knew the time was up,
Yeah.
Clay and Luther like we're fucking cooked. Like we got to get out of here. What is that shit that he pours on the fucking?
I know. It looks like mercury.
Oh
Yeah.
I want to get some of that and dump it on a keyboard really bad.
Oh,
It was
God.
great.
And that scene between him and Deidre.
So good. Oh, her end too. Just that. Oh, that fucking scene on. Oh my God. Was it Narkina?
The prison?
The prison.
Yeah.
Is Narkina 5?
Well, she's just in a Imperial prison. I don't know if it's the same one. Same
I think
uniform.
it's supposed to be the same
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like she's on Narkina 5 where the
lights
big escape
go out
post.
and she just buries her hands.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Everything about it is so satisfying and perfect. Like it, I don't know. Like it's so good that I'm like, I don't even need another season.
Oh, no, I know.
It's just like perfect.
That's like I saw in an interview with Diego Luna, and he said, I think the thing that we had going in our favor is like we had an ending. Like we knew what the ending was. So there was no pressure to be like, okay, well, we have to keep this open-ended. We have to like maybe another season. So he was like, that added to it. It made like, it gave us like, okay, we have this amount of time. Let's make it good with the time that we have.
It was fucking amazing. Yeah, like I think it did benefit them, but I still think it's pretty impressive how they were able to make it.
Oh
so
yeah,
enthralling
absolutely.
when you know where it's going. Sorry, I'm pulling another clip. Just like Stellan Skarsgård, he needs to have a supporting actor Emmy.
Oh, absolutely.
And if Diego Luna isn't nominated for Best Actor, I think it's an insult.
Yes,
like that. I mean, they put together some of the best scenes in all of Star Wars. Those two guys. I did pull this one. I want to listen to this quick. It's actually from season 1, but I think it just like goes to show, just like,
oh, is it his monologue?
Yes,
Talani?
it is.
Yeah,
it's so fucking good. I mean, if he doesn't get an Emmy for this, I mean, I don't know why he didn't get an Emmy for that. But I mean, if like, you got to give him one for like a fucking career achievement award or something. You have to give him something.
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight, they set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see.
God, that rocks.
The ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything!
It's so wild to me that it's like the same universe.
I know.
This is like the perfect show for an aging fandom.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like we grew up, like we're a little older than a lot of us, like Mike Kennedy. I think I'm like Mike Kennedy NFL. He's probably 30.
Yep.
So he was like more of a prequel guy, whereas like we grew up with the VHSs of
Special
the original
edition
trilogies.
was hit when we were in 5th and 6th grade.
But I mean, prequels did come out in our youth. But it's like the way that this show was done, and just kind of like same universe. It's all part of the same story, but the way like it just blends perfectly, yet it's polar opposite.
Like that's
it's
like,
just so brilliant.
That's one of the things that I love about Star Wars itself as a property. And like I've said it many times on the podcast. Like when it comes to Star Wars, I don't give a shit if it's good. I don't give a shit if it's bad. I'll consume it. I'm like Homer with the donuts in hell. I'll just give me more. I'll take it.
More.
Like, I loved watching Book of Boba Fett, and I know that was very divisive. I thought Ahsoka was great. Obi-Wan had its flaws, but like I enjoyed every minute of it. And they can all live in the same ecosystem, and I can enjoy them all equally.
Yeah, it's just like it's such an odd dynamic. Like I love, I don't know, Star Trek, right? Like I adore Star Trek, but like with Star Trek, there's no kind of like range of what I adore. Like what I adore is The Next Generation and DS9, which they're not kids shows. They're not. Like they deal with real, you know, like they pose really interesting philosophical questions and morality and all this stuff. Whereas like Star Wars, it's like Andor gives you that, but then you also have like Dex's Diner. And it just
want a cup of Java Juice?
It's fucking insane. Like the cornucopia of like emotion that this entire franchise has now put on us. And it's just wild to me, man. Like how, you know, like people want to shit on some of the Disney stuff, and that's fine. I can see some of the criticisms with them. Like I've adored certain parts. I like it all.
Yeah.
Kind of. But like, I just don't think that this could be brushed over even by the most like
cynical people.
Cynical fan. Like you have to admit, like this is just the best Star Wars.
But every actor in it is just like a stunning performance.
It's great.
The actress that plays Clea has been in like not a lot of things. And she was fucking incredible throughout this entire show.
Yeah, Genevieve Mon Mothma, incredible.
Yep.
Diego Luna, obviously, fucking incredible. Denise
Bix.
Goff, Bix. Adriana Arjona, Arjona. I'll get it one of these days. Oh, he's got a kid too. That was good. That was the perfect final scene.
Uh-huh.
It was great. You see that kid? He was kicking the wheat. You see him while he's kicking it. He's like, if you watch that scene again, like it's a baby. So, you know, but whatever. Like she's holding him, and you just see him. He just starts kicking the wheat, and I'm like, yeah, kick that wheat.
I'm just happy we got some resolution on BMO. I was like real bummed about that.
Yeah. I kind of was hoping that. Well, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that we were going to get the theory that you had, the thought, like maybe we're going to put him into K2SO.
Yeah, like the
we're gonna
personality
meld,
mesh.
Kind of like in Solo.
Yeah, what's her name?
L5.
Yeah.
Whatever. Phoebe
she
Bridgers
becomes the Falcon.
Yeah, Phoebe Bridgers. Is that who it is?
Yep.
There's Phoebe Bridges, right? And then there's
Phoebe Waller-Briggs.
Okay, one of them's a musician, and the other one's the Fleabag.
Yeah.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, whatever.
Sifo Diaz.
Same universe. Same fucking universe. Isn't it nuts? Same universe. It's fucking crazy, and I love it. Like, it is just...
There's room for everything.
Yeah. It is the biggest IP possible.
The other moment I had that is like encapsulates this is there is the episode where Bix and Andor go into the like bodega to get like ingredients for dinner.
Yeah.
And she picks out a couple of fruit, and the guy behind the counter is like, ooh, these are good ones. And I looked at it, I was like, is that a Meluron?
Yeah.
We had an entire episode where R2 and C-3PO were like going after Melurons and that type of stuff.
Talking about during the break, we were talking about we need to do more Clonecast field trips coming up when we do our reboot. How great would it be to go to the University of Minnesota where we go to the department that created the Honeycrisp apple?
I wonder if we could get like journalism, or press passes.
Yes. I want to find some scientists that will make us Melurons or Jogan fruit. Don't you want Jogan fruit?
Yeah.
Although Jogan fruit, Padme wasn't too out of Jogan fruit,
Or
right?
maybe I am thinking of Jogun fruit instead of Melurons.
I can't remember if it was but they're both
Yeah.
unique fruits.
Coming of the Jedi was a sign! It was a sign!
Same universe.
Uh-huh.
Same fucking universe. Or you got Luthen talking about he fights for a son that he won't see rise. Which is like, what the fuck?
Oh, also, one thing that I will give, I am forever indebted to Tony Gilroy for is just, he gave us so much more Saw. Just grade A fucking craziness coming out of Saw's mouth.
You fucking huffing Rhydonium, man.
She's my sister! You're here! You're not there! You're here! And you're ready to fight!
He rocks.
Oh, he's so fucking cool!
Like, every character in the Rogue One Andor verse, they're all just
You
great.
can't take your eyes off of them.
They're all great in their own way.
Yeah.
And I did mention to you, I was really actually happy in the last episode that they had to recast Bale.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want
Benjamin Bratt did
He did fine.
Yeah.
He did fine, but like, he was being kind of a pussy for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you got to be really careful about these things, and you don't want to jump at information and then all of a sudden, like, oh God, it was actually the Empire springing a trap. But like, God, he was so dismissive of Luthen, and I just kind of hated him for a second. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't have to hate Jimmy for a minute.
Yep,
because I love that Jim Smits.
I do love Jimmy Smits.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could say a lot about it, but it's all just going to be me fawning over the performances.
I know.
And,
but one thing that also, aside from Saw, which we did get a little bit in season 1, we did get a little bit more Saw. Not as crazy as season 2, but one thing that we got in season 2 that we didn't get in season 1. That again, thank you, Tony Gilroy, for this. We got Krennic back.
Yeah.
And he dialed that shit up to 11.
Yes.
Like him, like that is Orson Krennic completely unleashed. And as it turns out, spiders aren't the most interesting thing about Gorman. Like, he is so fancy.
He's great. Also, shout out
when he does the finger on top of her head.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Partagaz. Unreal. That scene was so fucking great.
He just holds his hand up.
Yeah. Well, he was listening to Nimic's the message that got sent out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what's his face? That other guy comes in there's like, they need to talk to you, and he knows what's up.
Yep.
Like, he's just, give me a moment, and so fucking great.
That guy knew exactly.
Yeah. And like when they hear the shot, he stops the stormtroopers and just kind of stands. It's fucking, God, it was so well done. Who was the guy that kind of like took up all of Deidre's fucking shit?
Oh, yeah.
The other ISB agent. The one that led the raid to try to capture Andor and them.
Lonnie's the one that kind of like buddied up with them and was like, you can buy me lunch later.
Yeah. But then when he's leading that raid, K2SO uses him as a shield. I love it. It's the best show,
I
dude.
wanted more K2, but like I do think we got a couple of very good moments with K2.
Yes. I can't say enough great stuff about this show. Like, I think it's brilliant.
Like, I want to watch. I got done with it, and I immediately wanted to go back and like watch it again.
I was like, when I really watched the first season, like I watched them as they came out, but I didn't really get into it until like a couple months later. When I watched them, that's when I started getting really high all the time. I was in like the perfect zone of highness for my first season 1 watch through. It was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the living room by myself. I was like, this is fucking amazing. And now I want to get that high and rewatch season 2.
You got to find the perfect equilibrium.
I have to get that perfectly high and rewatch season 2. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Let's do the standard stuff with it. We'll do a light side. We'll do a dark side. We'll do that sort of stuff with it quick.
Sure.
Should
yeah.
we? Okay.
Always look on the light side of life.
Actually, backed it up quick. What do you give it out of 10?
10.
I'm giving it 10 too. Okay.
Always look on the light side of life.
All right. Light side moment of, we'll just say season 2. Anything that really tickled your funny bone or anything? I got a good one.
Well, tickled my funny bone?
I mean, whatever you want. I'm going with the funny side of things.
I do think, like, one thing I appreciated was I did enjoy Cyril's end. Because there was a moment where I was like, I thought, are they going to make him turn? Is he going to, like, fall in love with one of the resistance fighters? And that's going to, like,
tease some stuff.
Force him to see the error of his ways. But no, he was a fucking fascist until the end. And then at the end, he was able to see how empty his entire fucking life has been because of it.
And then he got fucking shot in the head.
Yes.
It's great.
It was wonderful.
It was, yes. I like how, like, for none of these characters, like, none of the Fash, it doesn't pay off for any of them.
No.
Deidre's in fucking jail.
Yep.
Part of guy's off himself. ISB guy.
Held up like a
Human
kitten
shield.
by K2SO.
It's great. My light side is, during the speech that I played, Andor, when he shows up on Yavin, is talking to the leadership.
Oh, yeah.
They're going one by one through, like, these guys, and they're all saying something like, well, what did he say?
They all
What's
have
this?
objections of some kind.
And then the last one to throw an objection in is just this Moncal guy. It's like Radish or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, it's Radis.
Yeah.
It's Commander or Admiral Radis.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because, like, it's this intense scene where it's just so good, and then you're like, oh, yeah, this is Star
It's a
Wars.
hard cut to a Moncal.
It's a hard cut to a Moncal fish guy. And you're like, okay, yeah, this is Star Wars. Yep, it is Star Wars. I just find it very funny. It's very disarming and good. So that was my light side of the season.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Okay, dark side moment of season 2. You're holding up the guy as a shield.
Well, I'll go with like the first couple of episodes were even hard because, like, they really put Bix through the ringer.
Yes.
I mean, I thought they did an amazing job of, like, actually showing trauma and like not some of the more blatant stuff, but just the insomnia and, like, the other resulting stuff.
Sure.
Like, that was some dark shit.
It sucked for
Like,
her.
she said he tried to rape me. Like,
Yes.
that line was in a Star Wars script.
In a Star Wars.
Sifo Dia.
In a Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's wild. I'm going to go...
Oh, hold on. There's another light side I'll just give honorable mention to. As that's going on, like, immediately after, it's this at the same moment that, like, Andor gets word that there's trouble at home, and so he just, like, light speeds it to the planet. And after she, like, kills the guy that's trying to rape her, and he, like, stumbles outside.
He stumbles out and hits his head.
And bangs his head.
Yeah.
There's a shot of Andor, like, coming into the atmosphere, and they call for reinforcements. So there's a scene where it's like some commander is like you, and he grabs like 6 stormtroopers. He's like, get in the transport. We're going to assist. And so there's this scene of them in this transport going to help the guy that's trying to rape Bix. And Andor comes down from the clouds, and there's like, who called that in? And it's just unceremoniously shoots a missile and just blows up the entire transport.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Dark side. I'm going to change my. I'm actually going to go with the downfall of Lonnie.
Yeah, that was tough.
I was kind of, he's like talking about, I got a family, I got to get him out of here, and like. And you think Luthen's going to help him because he's like, Yavin, we're going to Yavin. I was like, oh, my God, he's actually going to take him out of here. No.
Nope.
Crazy. Like, God, Luthen is just...
I think at that point, it was like, it was too late for Luthen. Like, I don't think Luthen was planning on getting out.
No.
So how could he possibly get somebody else out, too?
Yeah, I do like how it shows, like, just like the rugged kind of, like... the hard life that it was being rebels, where it's like you got to make some really gross decisions sometimes.
Yeah,
when you're fighting this level of fucking.
I do like. I love the fact that it shows, like, it illustrates the different layers. Like, what the farthest extremes is Saw.
Yeah,
that's just like batshit fucking crazy and will blow up anything and kill anybody for this cause. And then, like, there's different gradients, and so, like, Luthen, I think, is a good midpoint between, like, Saw and, like, Mon.
But
you
really,
know?
when you look at it, he was like the most effective operative.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
for a rebellion like this, you need all of these like levels.
Aspects, yeah. It's good stuff. Okay, that's my dark side.
like Saw said, we're the fuel. We're the rye, boy. We're the fuel that sparks when the air gets too friction in it.
It's so funny that we found out how he got his COPD now. Like, just huffing rhydonium.
Uh-huh.
So good. Okay. Those are our dark sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Rex. Oh, yeah. You gotta get it up. Gotta get it up. It's a cheap. But, Mandy. Ball Brian, Gina Grad. You're fired. Gina Carano, come on the podcast. Help me, Dennis Prager. I'm being canceled. We got any updates on Dennis?
No updates yet.
You got any? You watched that Brickleberry?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Yeah, Daily Wire.
They take down Daily Wire?
Yeah. I'm sure somebody, you can probably get it off Pirate Bay. You know how depraved that is. Getting Mr. Burcham off of Pirate Bay. I need a torrent of Mr. Burcham. Okay. Dark Horse Hero of the season 2. Who do you got?
I'm just pulling up the name because I forgot it.
I'll go with mine.
All right, I got it.
Oh, okay.
It's a little controversial.
Uh-oh.
But
okay.
I'm going to say, based on a deleted scene, or a scene that wasn't, I don't know if it was deleted or it didn't end up getting filmed, but the character himself is a giant tool. I'll give Dark Horse to Perrin.
Perrin.
Mon's husband.
Yes.
Because
he's a booze hound and he's got an ugly new wife.
Well, that's actually his daughter's mother-in-law.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
No.
Yeah, that's his, like, the husband's mom. His daughter's husband's mom.
Oh, he's banging his daughter's mother.
But there's apparently a deleted scene when, like, stuff's breaking bad with Mon.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where apparently, again, I don't know if they filmed it and deleted it or if it was just scripted and they didn't bother recording it, but there's a question of, like, him going up to Mon and Mon kind of, like, admitting that there's stuff going on that he's not aware of. And he makes it clear, like, I've been aware of everything that you're doing. He was like, I have known for years, and every day ISB has taken me into a room and has interrogated me, and I have not said one word. And I don't know if they just wanted to make it so, like, they just wanted to keep him as, like, the heel or kind of, like, the douchebag. But, like, I thought that was an interesting moment if they did consider putting that in.
At the wedding, like, the not the reception, but ahead of the reception, like, the rehearsal.
When they went on that weird, like, hike? Or when he gave the speech?
He gave a speech, and it was actually a really good speech.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. I mean, I did find that fun. I didn't realize that's who that was, though. My God.
She's got big hair.
Yeah, she got big. I don't like that big hair.
Uh-huh.
It's like a beehive up there, you know? It's very 1960s. I'm going with Clea.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible.
I don't know. Like, it's so weird. Like, you didn't really think. I don't know at what point I realized how crucial she was to everything Luthen was doing.
I know. It really, like, kind of sneaks up on you.
But, like, especially this season, you're like, holy shit. She's like, I mean, if Luthen is 1A, she's 1B.
Yeah.
I mean, she's right there, like, almost, she's as important as Luthen.
Yeah.
And so I'm going with Clea.
The other thing that I saw, so you saw that, like, the first, like, I don't know if it was the first sabotage that they did, but the first, like, huge kind of insurgent moment was on Naboo. And it's like when Clea is still a little girl.
Yes.
And they're, like, sitting in the cafe.
Yeah.
That's on Naboo.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, somebody was saying that, like, Luthen wanted to make his first, like, statement on Naboo because that's Palpatine's home planet.
Nice.
And so to, like...
We didn't really talk about that episode much. What'd you think of the flashback episode?
Oh, it was incredible.
I'm on, we've talked about it before, like, flashback's not a huge fan.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I like them in, like, little spurts, but if you're doing a whole episode, like usually I'm not a fan of that, but
Well, especially when we're like at the point in their relationship present day.
Yeah.
Like it was put in there at exactly the right time.
It was great. It might be my favorite episode overall.
And it's an interesting parallel between like Andor and the way that he was taken in.
Yeah.
And Clea and the way that she was taken in.
Yeah. It was fucking brilliant. It was so good.
Uh-huh.
Such a great show. Okay. Those are your Dark Horse heroes of season 2.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
Okay. Shut up, Young Boba. Shut up. Young Boba used to be there. Well, you guys already know. I don't even got to remind you. You know what the deal is. Young Boba used to be there. Now he's gone. Kicked him out. Deleted him. He sucked. Nobody liked him. We hated him. Okay. All-star of the episode. Shut up, Young Boba. Shut up. Shut up. He's gone. I deleted him. Okay. Adam.
I'll give it to B2 Emo.
Yeah.
Because we finally got some resolution, but man, do I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah. He really wanted to see Cassian.
He really did.
It's too bad.
And like I just recently started rewatching it in that episode where what's the guy that ends up getting shot, but like the guy that was like from the beginning with Cassian. God, what the hell's his
Brasso?
name? Yes, Brasso.
Yeah.
But the speech that Brasso gives B2 when he's like, we have to go and you have to stay here. And he's telling him like, you get to stay here with your friends. And he was like, she's nicer than me. You'll like staying here. Like, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a dog that can talk to you.
That's what I was going to say. It's like a dog. I'm also going with B2 Emo, especially for his final scene where he's playing the worst game of tag you've ever seen. Now it is my turn. Or whatever he says. Like, I can't remember what he says, but it's great. But yeah, obviously you got to go with the droid. Honorable mention to K2SO. Yeah. Especially for using ISB guy as a shield. That's fucking. And the funny thing is, you know he doesn't even need that.
No,
he's just doing it with cruelty and malice. So good.
They did a great job demonstrating just how fucking terrifying those security droids are.
My question is like, why didn't you build more of those?
Yeah, no kidding.
I wouldn't even need fucking stormtroopers. I mean, you got the Imperial machine. I wouldn't even make the Death Star. I'd just be making those fucking guys.
Apparently there's another scene that, again, I don't know if it was deleted or they just didn't film it, but like they were apparently even more terrifying. There's a scene where they were like breaking through walls and like coming into houses and stuff.
Jesus. Yeah, they're intense, man.
But yeah, when they also did a great job of like when he was reprogrammed.
Yeah.
And like they're about to turn him on, like Cassian like grabbing a gun and being like, no, we're gonna like be careful. And then as soon as they turn him on, he's like, I'd appreciate it if you turn that gun away from me or whatever he said.
They're badass. Like really badass. Especially like, you know, they're tough in Fallen Order and stuff. I mean, they're not.
Oh, I had a hard time with them when I first came across them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like, they seem like way OP in this though.
Oh my God. When they like on Gorman, when they just start like bodies start fucking flying against walls.
Yes. Yeah, it's fucking wild. Okay. Those are your all-stars.
I beg your pardon, but what do you mean, naked? My parts are showing. My goodness.
Oh, sugar. Okay, it's a bullshooter. Good Hood, Andor Season 2. Adam, who's your fashionista? Who's your fashion icon? Who was looking hot? Who's your Good Hood?
I'll say real, like, good Hood. Like, just every scene was looking great was Clea. Clea looked phenomenal, especially, like, in that, what was the art demonstration that they were doing, or the art presentation where they were like trying to get the listening device out of that. Like, she looked great in everything. But my actual Good Hood is gonna go to there's a scene with that Cyril's mom is watching like the morning news, and there is like a Hoda and Kathy Lee version in Coruscant, and like the way that they're dressed is just fucking off the wall. So I'll give it to those two ladies.
I'm trying to fucking remember the guy's name. Maybe I'll save him for free. I can't find out the guy's fucking name. He's in Rogue One. He's one of the rebels. And he's also, you see him briefly a few times in Andor. And at the end when Andor's that scene where he's like walking and the music's playing and he runs by those troopers that are like, they're doing their like run. He's running there. He's like a freak guy.
I'll look him up.
He's not a fish man. He's kind of a fish man. You know what I'm talking about yet?
Is he one of those long furry face guys?
No. I know that is not him. God, what is... If you Google search...
is it Pow?
How's Pow spelled?
I think P-A-O.
Yes!
That's Pow, yeah.
Oh my God, did you know his real name?
No.
This is a tongue twister. Powduk Draba Takat. Wait. Powduk Draba Takat Sap D Recti Nick Linke T Kivef Nick Nevesef Likek.
Yeah.
He is my good
He's
hood.
fucking awesome.
Yes, he rules.
He's in Rogue One. That he goes to
Scarif.
Yeah, he goes to Scarif with him.
Yes. Yeah, you see him running.
He's the one that warns everyone about the AT-AT that's coming through the forest. He's like, wow!
Yes.
His mouth opens all wide.
Yeah. The great thing about him is he has a literal hood on.
Yeah.
And so I'm giving him good hood because he's got this hood on.
That's a good one.
He is a Drabatan.
God, he's so cool.
Yeah. Power rocks.
He's like a lizard man.
Yeah. Sentient amphibious species native to the planet Pipada. God bless Pipada.
You know who else is cool? And I can't remember if they show him in Andor, but he takes the cake in Rogue One. Bistan. You know who Bistan is?
I'm sure I know him once I look him up. Oh, hell yeah.
He's the monkey man in the U-Wing when
Yes.
stuff's breaking bad.
That guy rocks. Oh, he fucking rules. There's another one, too. I don't know if he made an appearance, but Weeteef Sayubi.
Which one was that one guy?
He's the one played by Warwick Davis. He's like the little guy.
Oh, yeah! Then
and he's got
throws
the
the
beard.
grenade.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy rocks.
God, this is the greatest show ever.
It really is. Okay, so those are your good hood. I know we just basically listed off a bunch of freaks, but... Freaks! Freaks! All right, Em, you got a freak of the season 2?
There is, there's plenty, but what's the guy that you pointed out?
That's who I was pulling up right now. I'll pull him up. Is it episode 1 that it is?
Yeah, I think it is. It's when Andor and Bix are walking to the bodega. It's like that scene. But there is like one guy there. I'll give my freak of the week to I love any time that, like you were mentioning, there's a serious scene happening and then a freak is just kind of inserted.
You're like, oh God. Yeah.
And so there's like Mon is trying to like whip votes against like I think the Gorman overtaking or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like going around to a bunch of different senators. And then it cuts to Mon walking down a hallway and it's with one of those big furry face guys. And he's like, I'm sorry, Mon. I just can't sponsor the bill.
It's so good. God, there's so many. God, it's such a serious, great show. And then just like the random freaks where you just like take you out of it for a second.
That scene where Mon's talking to the guy too. He's like, it's one of those big furry face guys. And then right next to him, there's an Athorian, but it's a Athorian variant where he's got the one mouth on the front and not the two side mouths.
Oh, one of the Odigans?
Yeah.
The long mouths.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we don't like them. We don't like those long mouths around here. I'm trying to find that scene because it was so fucking good, and I'm trying to remember who that freak was. I can't remember which episode it was in.
It's like reminiscent of Clone Wars, where it's like just out of nowhere, he just comes walking through the frame.
There's a scene where they're going to the market, and this like freak just walks. Was it a Aqualish? I can't remember.
No, I think it was
just
unidentified
an
species. Yeah.
Well, we'll update you when we find this freak. He's a great freak, though. I love him. He's my freak of the episode. He just walks out from behind a pillar on Coruscant, and you just kind of see him from like this wide-angle shot, and he just looks so stupid.
Yep.
And I loved him. Okay, those are your freaks. Thank you, Yoda. Thank you, Chewbacca. I don't know. We'll do another Discord episode next week. I don't know what we're gonna fucking talk about, but and also coming up, Adam is gonna be posting in the Discord tomorrow.
There's gonna be a discussion.
There's gonna be a discussion going on. You'll put it in the general chat. If you want to partake, feel free. Give your thoughts. But that's what's coming up next. So I don't really got much more out of that though.
Yep.
And with that said, Adam, they know where to reach us, but where can the listeners reach us?
Send us an email. We are clonecastpod@gmail.com. You can reach out on all the socials, right? You're back on X, the everything app, right? No, you're not. Blue Sky, though, at CloneCastPod.
And Instagram.
And Instagram, at CloneCastPod. You're pretty active on there.
Yeah.
So thanks all Clonecast Novas. If you want to join the Discord, send us something and we'll send you a link. You don't have to do that because you're already on there. So we'll see you next time for whatever it is that we want to talk about next week. Until then, may the liberated syndication be with you.
Frazier has left the building.
You ever hear the tragedy of
Crispin's Day.